Fresh off a fantastic holiday season of sales, Nintendo is putting in more work by delivering a New Year's eShop sale. This digital sale is actually very strong. It just started this morning at noon Eastern, and it runs till next Thursday, January 10th at noon Eastern. Gabe, they have given us a lot of good games, and for players out there that just purchased a Switch, a lot of them probably bought Smash Bros, probably bought Pokemon, maybe even Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild. Now they're giving us even more Year 1 and Year 2 titles of a top tier of quality for pretty good prices.
The thing about eShop is that there's kind of always sales going on, but the quality of them is always kind of varied, and sometimes it's the same games over and over. What I love about this sale is that we are seeing some things that kind of never go on sale for the first time, and I just said on sale a lot, Zach.
Yeah, it's a nice thing that Nintendo is doing more and more of these, and it feels like, you're right, something is constantly on sale, but I don't know that it's ever been this many of this caliber, and right after a holiday season, when you got gift cards, you got cash, it's a good time to get in on it. So if you guys are pumped for this sale, let us know what game you're grabbing in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you're excited for Switch, and enjoy the video. We're going to give you our picks now. Gabe, why don't you kick it off?
Alright, Zach, if you already got Super Smash Bros. As your multiplayer-focused game when you got your Nintendo Switch for the holiday, maybe you kind of said, hey, I'll get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe a little bit later. This is the perfect time because it is on sale now for $42 instead of the regular $60. It's almost $20 off, $18. It's a little bit of a weird number to go on sale, but regardless, one of the best games on Switch, bar none. Like, when we speak of pillars that are holding the Nintendo Switch up and making sure that it stays so successful, this has to be one of the ones we speak about. The player base is still thriving online. I played some online games just the other day, and playing this with your family is just as fun, if not more fun in certain cases, than Smash.
Absolutely, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe still reigns supreme as one of the best titles on Switch, and that odd number, just to give you a little math skills here, is 30%. So that's why we're getting these $18 discounts. 30% off for first-party Nintendo titles that are evergreen and rarely go on sale feels super strong to me. I'm very curious, though, when does Mario Kart level up to Mario Kart 9? It's probably not for a few years, so Mario Kart 8 Deluxe does sit at a very sweet spot. Another game that might even be a better sale, just given how fresh it is, and quite literally given the sushi-C nature of this title. Splatoon 2 comes in with a 30% discount at $42. Gabe has sung its praises day in and day out since launch, and at $42, it's a fantastic price. You've got all the single-player content, including the ability to upgrade into the Octo expansion. You've got co-op action with Salmon Run, and just like Mario Kart, a thriving multiplayer ecosystem over there on the competitive side of things. They're still running Splatfest. They're still doing cool events, and even without those, it is one of the best packages on Switch, and one of Nintendo's just best innovations in the last decade.
This is their newest big franchise. They tried again with ARMS, but that didn't have the staying impact that Splatoon has. And you're right, the player base is still really thriving. You will not have any issues finding a match whatsoever. And that's just amazing because the game has been out for a while now. They supported it so strongly the first couple of years, and I hope to continue to see that. I would imagine it's going to slow down a little bit, but that Octo expansion with the $18 you're saving here, and if you have some of those like gold coins that you've maybe like gathered from, you know, pre-ordering games on eShop, if you can get Octo expansion for those $20 that you're saving, this is a phenomenal package. I still love these games. It's my favorite Nintendo Switch games, and I'm saying games because Octo expansion almost feels like an entirely new game because there's so much in that.
Absolutely.
All right, with that, Zach, I'm going to take us to a game that I love and you were surprisingly into as well. It's another Octo. It's Octopath Traveler. On sale, still 30% off. You get it for $42 instead of the $60. And this one we never ever see go on sale. We've even seen Splatoon and Mario Kart 8 on sale a couple times. I hadn't seen Octopath on sale before at all. So seeing this game, this many hours of traditional old school RPG fun in that beautiful package, the 8 stories, the wonderful music, the kind of intuitive way that they tell those stories in this game, you can have it on sale. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this one, by the way, because whenever we do make a sale video, this is one that always gets mentioned, that, hey, when is that going on sale? When is that going on sale? Now is the time.
Yeah, it seems to be the first blossoming of a discount for this title, and I feel a lot better about Octopath around $40. There is tons of content, but it is old school, it is traditional, and I did sour on it a little as I progressed just because it felt slightly repetitive, but at $42, I think that you can have a lot of fun. As Gabe mentioned, it is a gorgeous game with a lot of interwoven storylines and just that charm that you don't see from modern games because it does have the feel of something from the 16-bit era, albeit with new twists and turns, so that's a good one to go for. We talked about it a bit before. The online isn't as exciting as Splatoon 2, but ARMS is still very quality, and grabbing it for 30% off, $42, I think you can have a lot of fun, especially if you are coming off of a Smash Bros. Ultimate-filled holiday season and you want more to enjoy with your friends. ARMS is fantastic locally. We got into some really intense brawls, arguments, and tournaments with each other in this game. Gabe's love for Twintel was very hard to overcome. My kid Cobra, though, fought valiantly, and we had a ton of fun. You can throw motion controls on there if you want to get really into it, or I think it's maybe even a little bit better if you play on a Pro Controller and give it more of a refined feel. But this is a good one at that price. They have supported it with the party crashes, with a lot of new characters. Heck, you might not even know the names or the looks of some of the new characters because they did continue to release for quite some time after launch and after its burst of popularity. So there is a lot of content here, not as much as Splatoon 2, of course, but at $42, I feel confident recommending ARMS.
One of the things that I would say to maybe like do a little bit of research on first is, if you don't have like people to play with locally, find out how the online player base is. I have no idea. I haven't played ARMS for quite a bit, so that's one of the things that I would definitely look into before making the purchase. But at $42, you're getting a really, really fun fighter. It's a different fighter than what Smash does. This is a little bit more slow-paced and tactical, although you can't play Smash like that as well. But Zach is right. This does offer an abundance of local fun. If you have a group of friends and you guys like getting together to play things, this is almost a no-brainer. I would feel a little bit comfortable. It was a little bit cheaper, but maybe that happens.
30 would be a bit better.
Yeah, just because I don't know what the online is like. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I think it definitely falls more hardcore and probably opens the opportunity to have some online frustration. So while we personally played mostly local, and so it's an easy recommendation for us. If you aren't going to have that local opportunity, Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe are far better values just on content alone, and then also given their online communities being so big still.
And speaking of content, the next game on the list, Hyrule Warriors, the Definitive Edition. Also $42 instead of $60, still 30% off. This thing is packed with content. There is a lot to love here. If you're a fan of Zelda, there's so many cool little callbacks. You're going to see a lot of the characters, and when I say a lot of the characters, I literally mean like every character ever. You know what to expect with Warriors games, unfortunately. Like, it's not a true Zelda game by any means, but if you're a fan of the franchise, there's still a lot to do in this one.
Yeah, I think this is a good sort of second wave type sale game. So I grouped this with Octopath, and if you already have all the Nintendo mainstays and the Marios and the Zeldas, then you know this is more Zelda, and it's coming in a completely different kind of package with a ton of content. The Definitive Edition is going to keep you busy for a long time. It's a nice holdover game, I'd say, at a pretty solid discount, and it still is quality. Like, these aren't bad in any way. They just probably aren't at the level of the Splatoon 2s, the Mario Odysseys, or the Breath of the Wilds. Okay, we have another retail game that has gotten a substantial discount. Lego games are a dime a dozen these days, but they have found a formula that I think is still fun almost every time. And Lego DC Super Villains allows you to make your own villain and take them through the DC universe. This one is $30, 50% off. It saw a lot of sales around Black Friday, so this price isn't anything new, but I'm glad to see it's still on sale. It is a great family title, it is another great co-op title, and it is a good fit on Switch, given that you can bring it with you wherever you may go.
Yes, you are absolutely right. I still think that it's totally worth the price, but I'm going to move us on to the next game here, which is Golf Story. It's usually $15. You can get it on sale for $9.90. This is one of the early eShop darlings. I really enjoyed what they did here. You still get a really cool little RPG that is golf-based, and I don't know how to golf. I've never really golfed in real life whatsoever. You don't need a know-how because the story and the gameplay itself will keep you entertained. Zach, I remember that you were an early supporter and adopter of Golf Story. I didn't play it till a little bit later, but you were on board right away.
Yeah, I do like golf. I like anything that has sort of a new, interesting take on sports, and Golf Story definitely does that. It is, as Gabe said, enjoyable. Even if you aren't the biggest fan, or even if you aren't that golf club inclined, you can get a lot out of this. It's got that cute, very vibrant style. You are going to be playing golf, but you're also going to be doing more RPG type things, and it reminds me of things that Camelot did on the handheld platforms for Nintendo titles, and it still makes me wish for a Mario Strikers, because we have Tennis Aces taking up the tennis slot, Golf Story taking up the golf slot. We just need Mario Strikers to give us a unique twist on soccer. But there are more indie titles here, and that's really good, because if you don't have the $42 for one of these AAA titles, or you already have Splatoon and Mario Kart and ARMS, you can grab Flint Hook, which is one of my favorite games that does not get a whole lot of love. It's regularly $15, on sale for $10.49. It's a small little savings, but one that is totally worth it. This is a lot of content, a lot of fun, and a unique twist on the roguelike formula. I always say that I think it has beautiful art, great controls, and to me, most importantly, a fantastic meta that makes multiple runs very rewarding. It's not just the run itself, but it's the progression and the progress that you are making as you move from run to run that makes me invest in Flint Hook, and I can't wait to see what those devs do next, but for now, get this one at $10.49.
I know you love Flint Hook, Zach, but what if you're looking for the similar type of old school gameplay, but that is a little bit more not all over the place as far as like multiple runs of the same kind of stuff? You have Mega Man Legacy Collection for $11.24 instead of the usual $15. Not the biggest of discounts, but the games that they pack in there are still super fun in my opinion. And if you have played Mega Man 11 and you didn't get a chance to play these, this is a perfect opportunity to do so. If anyone doesn't know, the Legacy Collection collects Mega Man 1 through Mega Man 6. You can get the Legacy Collection 2 as well. That's on eShop. I'm just not sure that one's on sale. These are games that have stood the test of time. They have been popular and actively loved for decades at this point, and they provide some super hardcore platforming and some hard as nails gameplay as well.
Yeah, view this as a window into what Virtual Console could have been on Switch. It's a really good savings, not necessarily from the initial price, but just in general. You're getting so many Mega Man games for such a little dollar amount, and it's really cool to take them on the go with you. We enjoyed the X Legacy Collection, the Legacy Collection, Mega Man 11, a lot of Blue Bomber action on Switch. I don't know when we'll see him next. Maybe a Mega Man Battle Network game would be a great remake, remaster, reimagining for Capcom over there, just throwing that out there. But right now you have basically almost every Mega Man, and this is a great place to start. I'm going to give us one more here, which is Jackbox Party Pack 1. Obviously, we just saw Jackbox Party Pack 5 released this past fall, and maybe you feel like this is going too far backwards, but at $13.74 from $25, again, with a very strange price here, you're getting the original compilation of games, and I think these are some of the best. You get You Don't Know Jack, you get Drawful, and you get Fibbage XL. I'm not the biggest fan of Lie Swatter or Word Spud, but Drawful was the original game that hooked me into the Jackbox ecosystem. I bought every party pack since then, and I think, there's gems from each one, but Drawful is like the original great Jackbox game. A lot of people swear by You Don't Know Jack and have for decades, and Fibbage is very fun as well. So if you haven't experienced or explored the Jackbox Party Pack series, this is a great place to get in. Drawful, where you have a limited time to draw something crazy with just one color, and then your friends and family have to guess. These phone games with the Switch work great. A bunch of players can get in. You only need one Switch. You don't even need more Joy-Con, so it's probably a good one to get if you just got your Switch and don't have a lot of controller options for multiplayer gameplay. There are a bunch of other games on sale, varying discounts, varying quality of games. You can look through the list. We'll put a link in the description below. Also, quite a bit for 3DS and Gabe. Amazon and GameStop and a few others were mimicking some of these sales, but there's one thing on Amazon that I know you just need to point out.
Sushi Striker. That game does not go on sale very often. It's a little bit of a sleeper game in my opinion, honestly, but the funny thing is, this one isn't on sale digitally. It's only physical. You get it for $30.37 instead of the usual $50. A pretty good discount there. And while not maybe one of the top Switch games, if you are into anime and a little bit more simplistic gameplay that's still a little bit intuitive, you can have a lot of fun with this one.
Yeah, and you almost just wish this into existence by talking about it as one of your sleeper, stepped over, missed Switch games that you love, and we're hoping it would hit the $30 discount, and here you go. It's $30.37. I think you can swallow the 37 cents, Gabe. I think that's a little bit okay to pay there, but a really good sale going on for a week. Let us know in the comments down below which of these games you are gonna get, and maybe also what you want to see on sale next. Octopath was the one that we saw a lot previously, and here it is on sale. What's the next Switch game that you want to see discounted? Let us know in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. It helps us out a lot, and make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest from the Switch and its sales. We've got you covered when they drop. In the meantime, everybody, for myself, Gabe, a fantastic day. We love you. SwitchForce